That stuff's nasty.
The first day of this class, I had to get a shot for strep, and I was like, this is awful. Oh.
All right. So distance equals rate times time. Rate is another word for speed. Do not go into physics class and say they're the same thing, because some physics teachers will have to be. All right. But for our application, speed and rate is the same thing. All right. So our distance is 1650. Whether you go up this way or down this way, I mean, if you travel from here to Atlanta and then come home from Atlanta to home, you've traveled the same distance. All right, so that's why it's the same distance. Rate. Well, let's talk about the rate. If the speed had been 11 miles per hour faster, the trip would have made it in 5 hours or less. So rate, I'm going to put R plus what?
11.
And then I'm going to put R right here. And then if the speed had been 11 miles per hour faster, the trip would have been 5 hours less. So that T is going to be T minus what? And this would be T. Everybody with me? All right. Now, we know the distance. We know, but time, we're going to set time equal to time. So what is time? Time is equal to, divided by R, D over R. And that may be the formula that you're talking about. That comes from this. So I've got time right here. Both of these time is equal to this over this, or this over this. I'm sorry, this over this. So I'm going to set these two equal to each other. These two are going to set equal to each other. So I'm going to have the distance and rate on this side equal to the distance and rate on this side. But we have one more thing that we've got to remember. This time is what? Minus 5. So one of these has to be a minus 5. So I'm going to do the one on the left. Because this right here, does everybody agree that this is T? T is equal to D over R. Does everybody agree that this is T is equal to T? Does everybody agree with that? All right. But this T is not T. It's T minus what? So I got to do one of them. I got to subtract 5 from. So I'm just going to do the one on the left. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to put minus 5 is equal to D over R. And now I just plug in my values. You don't plug in the T's because this is T minus 5 equals T. And now I just plug in 1650, and I go here and here. And then my R with the T minus 5 is what? And R here. So now we get to solve this equation. So go ahead and take this to the next page, and we'll do that. Of course, it won't let me copy the whole thing, but ooh, it does.
Usually don't let me do that. I tell you, I'm worried about y'all. Y'all just coughing all the time. All right, now, what is the common denominator of r plus 11 and r? R times r plus 11.
Oops.
R times r plus 11. And I'm going to multiply through each term by that. So, put a baby step in here. R times r plus 11 over 1. R times r plus 11 over 1. R times r plus 11 over 1. And I'm going to multiply 1650 over r plus 11 minus 5 over 1 is equal to 1650 over r. And let's see what happens. R plus 11s cancel. Leaves you with r times 1650 minus 5, nothing cancels here, times r plus 11 r's cancel, 1650 r plus, somebody got that? It's 18,000 something. 18,150. Okay, now distribute or multiply and distribute. This is 1650r minus 5r squared minus 55r is equal to 1650r plus 18,150. And the 1650s cancel. That leaves you with negative 5r squared minus 55r equals 18,150. Now I'd like to keep my variables positive, so I'm going to bring them over to the right side, and that gives me 0 is equal to 5r squared plus 555r plus 18,150 take out a 5, r squared plus 11r plus, what does that come out to be? 3,000, what?
3650.
Miss Rose, I still get a positive 3650. We worked on this problem before class. And 55 and 66 will give you 11, but there's supposed to be a negative in there somewhere. At least that's what I come up with. But we're going to check to see what the answer is. I figured I would find. We came up with 55, didn't we?
55 and negative 66.
Let's see what they come up with.
We got it right. Problem is, I'm going to see what they did. Let's see. Let me solve this. Okay, yeah. What is this? X plus, what is that? X plus 11? We did that. We did this. This is 1650 over X. Did that. Did we have this?
Yes. That's the problem you want
But they have the T minus 5 with the X. Did I have that?
to do. You put it on the other one. That's why I put mine on the left side. because
I don't understand why it would be on the left, because it goes with this.
It goes with the faster trip, doesn't it?
It goes with the faster trip. Why would you put it with this one? Oh, I see. T is equal to 1650 over X, right here. T is equal to 6, there it is. I messed up. Yeah. We just got the wrong sign. That's what happened. Okay, well, let's fix it. No problem. I'll just do it again. Sorry. I made the wrong T. Hold on. Let me go back to the problem. Let me go back one step. And this 5 is supposed to be over here. That was where I made the mistake. So I will fix it.
Can we do one more of these before you move on? After this is over?
Yeah, we'll be glad to. Oh, be quiet. That's what the world is. The world is word problems.
Algebra 2, I drew the pictures of the word problem.
And there's two things you can do. You can quit or you can keep on trudging. And that's what you're supposed to do. What I did is I assumed the wrong T. This is actually T because it's 1650 over R. This is not, sorry, this is not the T, the regular, let me shut this off. Sorry. Shut up. There. This is the actual T because in the original right here, T is equal to this is equal to that right there. See? T is equal to this. Y'all see that? And I put it with this one. So my bad on that. So T, take this off right here and put it over here. So you were right, Miss Rose. There we go. This is the T minus 5. You're going to get the same 55 times 66, except it's going to work out with the signs better. Okay, so multiply through by R times R plus 11. I'm not going to put a baby step in this time. What did I get here? You get 1650R is equal to 1650 times what? R plus 11 minus 5R times R plus 11. Everybody with me?
So, erase all that other stuff?
Yeah. 1650R is equal to 1650R plus that 18,000 what?
150.
Minus 5R squared minus 55R. Now you see how it's coming out? It's coming out the same. Problem is the sign is going to work because these two go out. You bring all of that over here and it becomes 5R squared plus 55R minus 18,150, and that is what we were looking for. You would have got the same numbers. You would have got the 55 and the 66, but you couldn't get the positive 11 because of the sign that we had. The signs were not right.
You know when you factor out the 5, you have R squared, positive 11. What happens to that 5 that you pulled out?
5 is equal to 0. True or false?
No,
It can't. It just goes away.
it just goes away.
Yeah, because you're trying to find the factors that'll give you 0. And 5 is equal to 0 is untrue.
Okay.
So you can't use it. So we'll continue that on the next page. And factor out the 5. What was this? 30 what? 36 what?
30.
See, if you have two multiples, 2 times blank is equal to 0. And blank times 5 is equal to 0. What's true about these blanks for them to equal 0? Multiply.
0.
This has to be what? 0 for this to be true. And this has to be what? 0. So what you're doing is you're setting this up to be 0, and you're setting this up to be 0, because this is 5 times blank is equal to 0, or blank times this is equal to 0. And you're setting this up to be 0. And that's untrue, so it just goes away. And then you're setting this up to be 0. And that would be R and 66. Oops, I'll put big numbers first. Don't read right, left. 55 and 66, and positive and negative. So R minus 55 is equal to 0. R plus 66 is equal to 0. Our solutions are negative 66 and positive 55. Which one is the answer?
55.
Why?
Positive number.
Because how many of you can go negative 66 miles per hour in your car? Now you ever notice that whenever you go on a vacation, or whenever you go somewhere and you're talking about your vacation and somebody says, well, how long did it take you to get there? And you go 6 hours. There's always somebody that goes, psh, I could have got there in 2.5 seconds. Have you ever noticed that? And it's usually a mate. They go the speed of light.
Can I see the other page before?
No. What?
Can I see the? I need the other one.
The previous page.
The one that I did the wrong signs?
Yeah.
You just want to, is that it? See, it's the same thing, only this is not the same. And we did this problem in my office, and we did it kind of hurriedly, and I said, the answer is 55, but that sign is wrong. I said that before I came in. I figured I'd work the problem, and I know what's wrong.
No,
I
it's
put
not.
the,
This
huh?
is that one. This is the other one. The blue one. Yeah.
Okay.
You tell them, are you gonna tell them the joke about the girl?
Can't.
I don't know.
I'll tell you later. Hurry up, Miss Wilson. You're holding the class up.
I was debating if I wanted to move up. I didn't know if she contagious or not, you know?
What?
I was debating if I wanted to move up. I don't know if she's contagious,
I'm not.
you know?
No, she just had one of those things that, you know, she has a real bad home life and everything, so
Oh
that's
my
what it
God.
is.
Actually, I have a good home.
No, you don't. I know your daddy.
My dad is a
Yeah,
good
no,
man.
he's not. He's terrible.
Okay, I'm good, thank you.
He is a good guy. He took care of me down at the beach. He locked me in a car. All right.
That was a long time ago. Just forget them first.
All right, let's do a nerd. Let's see if we can do one. Did anybody else send one in like that one? Maybe it's got different numbers. Okay.
I sent a word problem in.
You sent a word
but
problem
I
in.
don't know if
Okay.
it was like that word. I just know I didn't know how to do it.
All right. Well, let's see if we can find another one. I don't want to hit similar exercise because it'll be about the same. I'd like to find another one. Let's go back to the...
You know what, from what I'm seeing, if you want to slide 5 times out of 11, you'll get the answer. This is 5.
Well, that's just a coincidence. It ain't going to be that easy all the time. Let's see, 6.7, 27, 6. All right, try that one. It says a speed of a train A is 20 miles per hour slower than the speed of train B. Train A travels 220 miles, the same it takes train B to travel 320 miles. Find the speed of each train. And hurry up. I'm going to let y'all work this one. Set up your chart first. Distance equals rate times time. I'll do the distance for y'all. This is A, this is B. Train A travels 220. I'll do that for you. And train B travels 320. There you go. I don't know. We'll have to look in just a second. What was it? Anybody write it down? 27-6. Well, it's 27 in the book and number 6 online. All right, now, the speed of a train, speed of train A is 20 miles per hour slower than the speed of train B. So how do we write that? Slower than. Remember, when you see slower than, that means you're going to put 20 and then slower than slower than B. Okay, 20 miles per hour. And when you see these two words, what do? You crisscross and put the minus symbol. So that'd be B minus what?
20.
So B minus 20, and then this is just what? B. And you can put R. I don't care what you put. Okay, X. We'll put X if you want to. I just put B because of train B. That's the reason I. And what is T? Well, they really haven't given you anything about T, have they? That's the same time, right? Now, what does that mean? That means you're going to set them equal to what? Each other. So, distance equals rate times time. We want T, so T is equal to distance divided by what? R. So, 220 over x minus 20 is equal to 320 over x. Now, finish it.
Couldn't you, where it's 320 over x, couldn't you do times 320 and then times the other side by 320? Or is that gonna do it wrong?
You could cross multiply. You could go 220 times x equals 320 times x minus 20. You could do that.
No, but
Or
I'm
you
trying-
can multiply.
I'm trying to do the 320, like, multiply it on both sides to get the x minus something on one side.
Mm-mm. You got to multiply to get rid of the fraction. You have to multiply both sides by x times x minus 20.
And then we should just put it up to 1 like the x minus 20 over 1.
Yeah, x times x minus 20 over 1. Multiply through by that.
So you couldn't cross multiply?
You could. It'd give you the same thing.
So how
I
do
don't
you
teach
do it?
cross multiplication because it's restricted. If I add one more term, you can't use it. So that's why I don't teach it. I always teach clear the fraction, because if I added a plus 2 out here like that, you couldn't use cross multiplication. So I don't teach it.
Okay. How do you get 2 terms out in?
How did I get what?
2 terms, 2 answers?
You don't get 2 answers. What you're going to end up doing is combining the x's. Oh, yes, you do get 2 terms. Well, just hold on. Let me finish the problem. You factor, and one of them is not going to make any sense if you have a quadratic. Multiply both sides by x times x minus 20 over 1. And that will give you, the x minus 20's cancel and give you 220x is equal to 320 times what? X minus 20. And then distribute the 320. And that'll give you 220x is equal to 320x. Somebody give me that number. Let's see, 320 would be 3,200, 3,200, 6,400. And I like to keep my variable positive, so I'm going to bring the 220 over and the 64 over. So that's going to be 6,400 is equal to 320 minus 220 is what? 100x? Y'all check me. Divide by 100. Please do not use a calculator because that will not look good. 64 is equal to x. So, I guess it's 64 miles per hour or whatever they're asking.
No, it's 66.
They asked for train A and train B.
Hold on. Let me go back to the question. Train A is slower, so it's going 44 miles an hour,
No,
and train B is 64.
no, it's 46 and 66.
Where are you getting 46?
They give me the answer.
Well, you got a different problem.
No, train A is 20, 230, and 330. That's how I wrote mine down.
And mine is 220 and 320.
Oh.
You see what I have to work with here? Y'all see?
This early in the
That's how you do that one.
Okay, what's the answer? 60.
Okay, so where did you get that other number from?
Well, what is train B? Or train A is 20 miles per hour.
Okay, wait.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on. Okay, I did the one that's on my homework, and the numbers are different. But the answer that I got was -60, and I didn't get another answer.
Negative 60?
Yeah.
Good gracious, that train's going slow. Give me your numbers.
220.
Hold on. Let me get my, where is my, there we go. All right, what's your numbers?
220.
220 is the one distance. And what's the other one? 320?
300.
300?
Yeah.
All right, and what's the rate? Train A is,
16 miles slower than train B.
so that'd be x minus 16, and then that would be x, t, and t. So we have distance equals rate times time, so time is equal to distance over rate, so that's 220 over x minus 16 is equal to 300 over x. Multiply through by x times x minus 16, and you get 220 x is equal to 300 times x minus 16. And that's going to be 220 x is equal to 300x minus 3 would be 4,800. Somebody help me out. All right, I'm going to bring this over, and I'm going to take this over because I want to keep my variable positive. So that's 4,800 is equal to 300 minus 220 is what, 80?
Yeah.
And divide by 80, divide by 80, take out a 0. 8 will go into 48, 60. Y'all check me.
Okay, so what's the answer? What's A and what's B?
Train B goes 60 miles an hour. Look!
Okay, how fast is
What's this letter?
I got it as a T.
What's this letter? Miss Wilson?
X
Where do you see X up here?
in the center.
Right here. Where does it go to?
B.
So what does that say about train B?
X.
And what is that in?
60.
Distance equals rate times time. Distance equals speed times time. So what does that 60 mean?
That's how fast it's going.
How fast what's going?
Train B. So you gotta subtract 46 from that?
16. I think you need to sit on the front row. In fact, that's 46.
I'm not here today. I'm telling you. Hold on a minute.
This one I get from
So what is 60 minus 16? 44? I'm worried about you. All right, let's try nerd.
worried about my notes.
6.721.4. John can cut and split a cord of firewood. I think we did this one, but we'll do it again.
We did.
Oh, we did? Okay. All right, let me find another one.
Y'all are all doing these complicated problems. I'm sending you 1.7.2 and stuff.
Well, we're working backwards. 6.7, number 1. 15, number 1. We did Lisa and Philippi, didn't we?
Yeah.
Philippi, whatever.
Yeah. You're making fun of things.
Dang old. 6.651. That's pretty simple, but we'll do it. I'll blow it up, Vanna. Just bring it back down in about 2 or 3 minutes. Got to move it over. 3/5 minus 1/3 is equal to x over 9.
You don't see that?
Are you going to allow for another day like this for questions before the test?
Hmm?
Are you going to allow like another day like this before the next?
No, this is the day.
No, I mean not this test. Like the next test. Do you always allow a day like this for us to just ask questions from all the sections?
What is our test?
Let's do them.
Well, it's a good thing Father's Day doesn't last all day at my house. Do a nice little party. This scares me for real. How many word problems are on the test?
147.
I'm being serious.
I am too. Probably 2 or 3.
I'm like freaking out. I have just 2.
He said 25. He said 25 last class period.
25 questions are on the test. She asked how many word problems.
I thought you said there were like 50 problems.
No.
Is it timed?
Yeah, you got 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm being
No, I give y'all 2 or 3 months to take it.
I'm serious. Is
Bring it back
timed?
down, Vanna. You have a minute and a
I'm
half.
asking a serious question. Because all of my other tests are timed, and I swear I type so fast I can't, like, even.
Well, we time it so y'all will fail. That's why we do that.
And what section is this?
147. 6.6.
I'm being serious. What are you doing?
What number is that? 6.6.
Y'all keep asking these questions. What is the common denominator of 3, 5, and 9? Well, let's look. 3, 5, and 9. 3, the 1, 5, 3, 5, 5, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1. 9 times 5 is, so you multiply by 45 over 1 with each one. So 45 over 1 times 3/5 minus 45 over 1 times 1/3 equals 45 over 1 times x over 9. And what happens with the 45 and the 5? And 9 times 3 is minus 45 and 3, 15, is equal to 5x. And what's 27 minus 15? Well, this. That should be your answer.
My question about the homework was, like, I know we were supposed to have all the homework done, but I can't go home and do the homework until I have seen you give the class first, before it kind of, like, helps me.
What do you mean?
Like, I think Monday you were saying homework should be done, and I hadn't done 6, 7, because we had, like, I have to see you.
Well, that's why, yeah, I always give you that overlap. So you should, when is the 6.7 homework due? Or when is it?
Today.
Today. So you should be able to finish it today, shouldn't you?
Yeah, like, I got it done. I
Okay.
was just asking, are you gonna allow, like, when it comes time for our next test, are you gonna allow another day like this?
Yeah.
Just,
I always allow a question day after I cover 6.7 or whatever. And I covered a little bit of 6.7 last time, I thought. I think I did. I don't know if I did or not. Can't remember.
If you did number 4 and number 6, then yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Because I don't have it.
All right, let's do another. You got it, Miss
I have a question.
Wilson?
I have it, thank you.
Okay, what?
What is t over a plus t over b equals 1?
Oh, that's the work formula. You wasn't here when we went over that. You were sick. But just basically, and you can check the video for it because I went over that last time. Let me find a problem that we can do. That Filippi problem. Philip, whatever his name is. Philip. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Well, I don't want to use that one because that one's a little bit more complicated to
That's the
show.
one I'm on.
Okay, well, we'll do that one. Okay. John can cut a split and John can cut and split a cord of firewood in 9 fewer hours than Tim can. When they work together, it takes them 6 hours. How long would it take each of them to do the job? Well, the first thing you're going to do is John be 1/9 T and Tim would be 1/6 T because it takes him 1/6 of the time, and we went over that in class the other day. And I'm just gonna go here, and I'm just gonna talk about John, and we're not gonna worry about the fewer yet. John can cut and split a cord of firewood in how many hours? No, 9 fewer than. But it gave a time. Hold on. Let's see. I need to go here. When they work together, it takes them 6 hours. How long would it take each of them to do the job alone? All right. Well, we got to do it a little bit different because of the 9 hours fewer. What is John's time?
John can cut and split
X
firewood.
minus 9.
X minus what?
9.
9. All right, and you got to remember that. That's his time. So set up your handy dandy chart. No, this ain't distance equals rate times time. I'm sorry. It's not that one. Hold on. There. Time, John's time is going to be equal to T minus 9. What's his name's time? Tim's time is T. Okay, what else do we have?
6 hours.
6 hours.
They work together. When they work together, it takes them 6 hours to do a job. So therefore, it would be 1/6 times the time plus 1/6 time is equal to 1. Now, we got to plug in the t's. Because John's time, this is John, his time is not 1/6 t. His time is what? 1/6 what? T minus what? 9. Now you've got what you need to go ahead and get started. Is that how we did it the other day? I hope it is.
No.
What did we do?
You put 6 over T minus 9 and 6 over T equals to 1.
Okay. You could do it that way also. You do it both ways. As long as you got the T minus 9 in there with the 6 and it's consistent, you can do that. What did I have?
You had 6 over X minus 9 and 6 plus 6 over X.
6 over X minus 9. We used X plus 6 over X.
Equals 1.
Yeah, I have them on the denominator. Here I have them in the numerator. It'd still be the same thing.
Does that one also have to be multiplied by X times X minus 9, common denominator?
Well, when you multiply through, yes.
Okay.
And what did we come out with on John's time?
6X.
I meant John's hours.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, let's just go with this one since we worked it. Y'all don't even work it. Let's go with this one since we already did it this way. Let's go with this one.
I think it was 18 and 9.
Okay. Let's use that one. All right. So since we already did it, let's go ahead and be 6 over X. What's the common denominator? X times X minus 9. So X times X minus 9, and that's going to be the X minus 9's cancel, give you 6X plus, and then that would be 6 times X minus 9 is equal to X times X minus 9. Multiply all the way through by X times X minus 9. I'll make sure I didn't mess up anywhere. 6X plus 6X minus 54 is equal to X squared minus 9X. And 6X plus 6X is 12X. 12X minus 54 is equal to X squared minus 9X. And that's going to give you X squared minus 9 and 12 is negative what? 21 minus 54 would be plus 54 is equal to 0. And we had a funny 3 and 18, something like that. 0 is equal to X, 3, 18, be a negative and a negative. So that'd give you a 3 and an 18. And we got 2 possible answers. And what did I say about this?
Yeah, you can't use 3.
Why can't we use 3?
You can't use negative.
If you subtract 9, you get negative 9.
There you go. And you can't use 3.
it'll give you a negative time, and time cannot be negative. We wish it could be negative.
Well, I thought it was just like zero out.
No, 3 minus 9 is what?
I was putting the 3 back in as 3 minus 3.
No, it should go right here, 3 minus 9. 3 minus 9 is what? Negative 6. So John can cut and split a cord of firewood in negative 6 hours. The first thing you'd be doing if somebody told you that is trying to figure out what negative 6 hours is. So that's not true. It has to be 18. So it would take Tim 18 hours, and it would take John 9. And I think that's what we got yesterday. And if you multiplied by 6 all the way through, you would have got the same answer. Okay. So that's that. Mrs. Ugg, you good? We'll see. She's doing something else right now.
No, I'm trying to do the problem that I got, but because my hour things are different, but it's still not.
All right. Let's do yours.
I just don't. I'm getting like half hours and stuff.
Half hours.
Yeah.
All right. What does yours say?
Joe can cut and split a cord of firewood in 3 fewer hours than Tim can.
All right. So what's his name?
Joe.
Joe. And he can do 3. He can do x minus 3. Okay. And what is the other one?
When they work together, it takes them 2 hours.
And what's the other one's name?
Tim.
And it takes them both how long?
2 hours.
So that would be 2 over x minus 3 plus 2 over x is equal to 1. 2 times x plus 2 times x minus 3 is equal to x times x minus 3. We'll go ahead and work that one.
How did you get your big ones on your
Huh? It does that. Yeah, it did. This did. That did.
No, I meant that.
It's always on. Because that's how I know it's recorded. So what's 2x? 2x plus 2x is 4x, and 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. I kind of skipped a step there. Is equal to x squared minus what? So, x squared, 0, is equal to x squared. Negative 3x minus 4x is negative what? 7x. And bring this over, be a positive what? 0 is equal to x, 1, 6, be a negative and a negative. So our possible answers are 1 hour and 6 hours. Which one can it not be? Can't be 1 because 1 minus 3 is what? Negative 2 hours, and there is no such thing as negative 2 hours. So your answer is, takes Tim 6 hours, and it takes Joe
3.
yeah.
Deep breath.
Was that the projector? That was the projector.
Still not working? Okay. All right, hope that helps. Ms. Zug? No comment?
I did, thank you.
All right, let's try something else. I guess it just got out of everything again. Oh, I love these things that knock you out when you're not. Let's go with the next 6.6 questions. This is 6.6. Tell me if we've done it. 6.6, 35/8. No, we hadn't done this one. Yeah, that's a good question. That's a test question.
What was it again? It was 6.5, number,
Why do y'all do this to me? Y'all just love doing this to me. It is 6.6, 35/8.
Can you blow it up, Vanna,
Vanna,
please?
I'm glad she sits at the back of the room. Yeah.
But on the bright side, I looked up what that meant.
What meant?
Full flower. Vanna.
You don't know why I call you Vanna? I call every person that does that, I call Vanna because of Wheel of Fortune. Vanna White. Vanna. She does this and does that. And
Can you come here for a second?
no, I'm off the clock right now. What?
For a second.
Common denominator of 2x is 2x. So you multiply by 2x over 1, 2x over 1, 2x over 1. All the way through. Bring it back down, Vanna. All right, common denominator is what?
D minus 2. D minus 2 squared.
D minus 2 squared, because this is shortcut number 2, which is D minus 2 quantity what? Squared. This is D minus 2 to the first. This is D minus 2 to the first. And what do we always do when we find the common denominator? Go with the highest what? Exponent. So I'm going to multiply 4 over D minus 2 plus 3D over D minus 2
equals 8 over d minus 2 times d minus 2, or d minus 2 squared. Now I'm doing this for a reason, because I'm going to multiply through by the common denominator, which is d minus 2 quantity squared, or d minus 2 times what? D minus 2. I'm going to multiply through all the way. So I'm going to do it right now. D minus 2 times d minus 2 over 1. D minus 2 times d minus 2 over 1. D minus 2 times d minus 2 over 1. Now I'm going to rewrite my problem. 4 over d minus 2 plus 3d over d minus 2 equals 8 over d minus 2 times d minus 2. Now what happens to one of the d minus 2's here? And that leaves you with 4 times d minus 2 plus 3d times d minus 2 is equal to what? 8. Now you can finish it. (4d minus 8 plus 3d squared minus 6d is equal to 8. (3d squared), 4d minus 6d minus 2d. What happens to the 8's here? Well, this negative 8 is right here. You bring this one over, and it becomes what?
Negative 16.
Can't factor anything out, so reverse FOIL. And that's 1d, 3d, and 1 and 16, that'd be 2 and 8. I'd say a 2 here and an 8 here, and that's 6 and 8, so we want a negative 8 and a positive 6. So d plus 2, that'd be a minus 2. And be 8/3. And negative 2, that's okay. Negative 2 squared minus 4 times 8 plus that looks okay. That should be the answer. What do you have to do when you have a fractional or rational equation? What do you have to mentally do after you get your solutions? Plug it into what? The denominators, to make sure you don't have a what? A 0. And that's what I did. When I got these two answers, I didn't say that's the answers. I just circled them, and then I went up there and I said, okay, negative 2 minus 2, that's a negative 4, that's okay. And then I put in the 8/3, and both of them are okay. They will not give you a 0, so that's your answer. And that is a test question. Anytime you see one of these questions, it's a test question. Especially plugging it back in, because I will put one on there that is no solution. So make sure you check. Yes? Who's got a question?
No, I just said that question.
Oh, that question.
There wasn't no solution.
All right.
Excuse me, you said Herbert McClure maroon shirt on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Hubert, H-U-B-E-R-T. There's no R in there, except on the second syllable. Hate that name. 6.6, 27.6.
Okay, I gotta go and pick up my,
All right,
my other half.
make sure you watch the videos.
I will, thank you.
All right, try that one. X plus 1 over 9 minus 1 is equal to x minus 1 over 8. X plus 1 over 9 minus 1 over 1 is equal to x minus 1 over 8. And what's the common denominator of 8, 1, and 9? I didn't hear you.
72.
Let's look and see. I don't know. I want to make sure. 8 and 9. 2, that'd be 4 and 9. 2, 2 and 9. 2, 1 and 9. And 3 squared. So yeah, it is 72. So I'm going to multiply by 72 over 1 all the way through. And that gives us 72 divided by 9 is 8 times x plus 1 minus 72 equals 9 times x minus 1. 8x plus 8 minus 72 equals 9x minus 9. I'm going to bring that 8x over because I want to keep my variable positive. And I'm going to bring that 9 over because I'm going to keep the 9x, I meant the x by itself. 9x minus 8x is x, so that's nice. And then 8 plus 9 minus 72. 8 plus 9 is 17 minus 72, I have no idea. Somebody can tell me.
Negative 5.
Nah, whatever you say.
Is that right?
I don't know. Somebody check.
That's right. Oh, wait.
She's right.
And that should be the answer. So let's punch it in. Fantastic. You are a winner.
You know, you type in on there, and if it's wrong, it tells you like, oh, they have a common denominator, you know.
Yep.
And if you get it wrong again, it tells you exactly the same thing. I'm like, I think it should change the message, but they're almost there, you know.
No, I think it should say quit school. Get a job. This is 6.6 21/4. This is your third time. You still haven't got it right. Try that one. T plus 3 over t is equal to -4. At least going backwards, they get a little bit easier, don't they?
That's true though, like I've noticed the farther along we get.
That's the way all
the
math
way,
books are.
but everything will start clicking slowly. It's the wrong time.
See,
Couldn't you just multiply it by t?
multiply through by t. Yes.
Lauren does flat core, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Do you ever come watch her?
Yeah.
Then you get to see me now.
You doing it?
No, I cheer
Oh.
every Friday night.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll probably be my fall semester teacher too. If I can make it for this one.
You can teach it.
Do you know what
That's what we have. We're doing exam class.
I mean? Well, I'll be dual enrolling. Get her done.
Yep. What did our guy say back there? Get it on. That what he said?
Yeah, so randomly started blasting it in the class. Getting going back there.
T over 1 plus 3 over t is equal to -4 over 1. And the common denominator is
T.
t. So we multiply through by t over 1. Oops. Now to give me t squared plus what? No, 3. The t cancels. Equals -4t. T squared plus 4t plus 3 is equal to 0. T, 1, 3, -1, -3, and they're both okay. So your answer is -1, -3.
I had some questions on there that was kind of hard for me to find the denominator, like what would be the common denominator?
Mm-hmm.
And it was some of the ones that I put closer to the ends.
Okay.
Kind of go over that again.
All right.
Number 9 is a hard one.
Number 9 on what section?
6.6.
Well, let me see. You talking about, or what are you talking about? 6.6 or what?
I can't remember.
Okay, well, there's your name right there.
They all look similar, except there'd be a different one. I can't explain
All right, let me go to 6.5. This is number 43/10. Let's see if we can get some of your questions answered. Like that one?
That was one of them.
All right, let's do that one. Now, before you do this one, you need to rewrite it because there's a couple of things that you don't like. Blow it up a little bit, Hannah, please. In other words, don't start solving it. You need to rewrite something because something should cause you to twin, something you don't like. There you go. So you want to rewrite it.
Your
My what? Really?
do you think it's because the video's so
I put 2 videos on here and it won't record anymore. And that's just
Maybe it's because it's so long.
no. They partition the drive is what they've done. Stupid videos still have to be processed.
Are you still?
No, I'm recording off of this, so y'all just get this one.
Okay, can you tell Jeff?
No, can't. Tell it after I cut that off. Bring it back down, Vanna. It's not a joke, it's a story. I know. All right, so the first thing is these 2 guys should cause you pain. You should not like those. You should see them and go, ooh. And you need to fix it. So, how do you fix it? Well, 1 over b, because that's b to the negative 1 over 1. This is over 1, and this is over 1. So I'm going to flip it, and it becomes 1 over b plus 1 over c over b squared minus c squared over bc. Now you have 3 denominators. Now the reason you don't, now you could multiply by the reciprocal, but you would have to distribute it. You would have to distribute it. If you multiplied, you brought it up here and multiplied, you would have to distribute it, and you could do it that way. I wouldn't suggest it, but you could do it that way. I am going to multiply by the common denominator. What is the common denominator?
BC.
BC over 1. Yep. BC over 1 over BC over 1. I'm going to put a baby step in there. BC over 1, BC over 1, BC over 1. One over B plus 1 over C over B squared minus C squared over BC dx. And what happens up here? B's cancel and you're left with what? This is shortcut number what? 3, which gives me B plus C, B minus C, and what happens here? B plus C is canceled because 2 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 2. It doesn't matter. So those 2 cancel. Your final answer is 1 because we've got to have something in the numerator, correct? Can't leave something in the denominator and not have anything in the numerator. B minus C. That should be right. So that's a good test question because you have to rewrite it before you start. Now, if you decided to distribute the denominator, you would get it would work the same way. Excuse me. Yeah. It would work the same way. You would cancel everything out, you get the same answer. Okay? Let's try this one. 6.535/8. That's a good one. Is that one like one you're talking about?
No. I'm gonna
Okay.
draw it out right here and show it to you.
Okay. I'll do that one next. I'll find it first. Do you know what problem it is?
No. I didn't write it down.
Okay.
You said this was 6.5.
6.535/8.
It starts out like this.
Uh-huh.
Then you come down here and you do the reverse FOIL. You see?
Uh-huh.
You gotta find a common denominator. You see? See, this right here will be like
2 and 3.
2, and that would be 2 and 2. Okay, this is the problem right here. I have a hard time determining what my common denominator is going to be. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah, it'd be x plus 3, x minus 2, x plus 2.
It's going to be positive. So you see, okay, so you know you would do that. Well, there's some of the problems that have like, it would be like x plus 4, x plus 5, x plus 6, x plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to decide which one's your common denominator there. And that's one I keep getting wrong. I keep getting it wrong every time. I would guess it would
It's
be
x plus
6.
4, x minus 6, x plus 5.
Okay, it's the 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You always go with the highest exponent. And all of them's 1, so be...
Okay, you get the 3 of them, but then when you get your answer, it's still only 2. And it's not the 2 I thought it would be.
Well, we'll have to look at one. You'll have
Okay.
to... Did you send them to me? Okay. It must be in the previous section. Yeah, I think it is 6.5. Okay. This one is 2 over x cubed y plus 9 over x y to the 4th over 9 over x cubed y minus 8 over xy. Well, the common denominator is going to be what? X cubed y to the 4th? Now, how did I get it that fast? Highest exponents. X cubed y to the 4th. 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 Two over x cubed y. 9 over x y to the 4th. 9 over x cubed y 8 over xy. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And we're going to take our handy dandy red marker. What happens to the x cubes? And one of the y's makes this a y what? That cancels that, makes a square, and the y's to the fourth cancel. So that gives us 2y cubed plus 9x squared. X cubed cancels. That'll leave a y in the third. X cancels here, leaves an x squared. Y cancels, that leaves a y cubed. So down on the bottom, we got 9y cubed minus 8x squared y cubed. Now the first thing I would think of when I see all this in the answer is factor out a common term. That's what I would do. The only thing you could factor out is a y cubed down here. And that's still not going to help you because it's not going to give you anything, so that should be your answer. Is it? Yeah, they factored out a y cubed. Right here. Good. I'll take either answer. That's a good test question. Let me move up and see if we can find some of yours now. I think you're talking about 6.5. Let's see if 6.5, 27.5. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, let me see if I can find. I'd like to find one that you're talking about. .445, like that? Yeah.
That's it, yep.
Okay, let's try this one. This one's 6.4, 45, 10. 6.4, 45, 10. C over, blow it up a little bit, Vanna, please. Yeah, I can put 2 videos on that, and that's it. 2 videos is maybe 20 gigabytes, and that thing has like a 50 terabyte hard drive on it. So they must have it partitioned to where it doesn't hold very much in the where it is, because it shouldn't fill up with just 2 videos on it.
There's an out-of-the-blue question.
How in the world do you factor that?
Well, first you got to make sure everything is right, because it looks like it's not factorable, but I don't know. 88 to 44 times 2, that's not going to give you 15. No, we may have to do that one.
Okay.
Is this the original problem?
Yeah,
Why you got two negatives there?
because that's a negative 9x plus 4, or minus 46. So I changed it and just did that, but that might be why it's wrong.
Well, if you have a negative negative, that would be a positive.
So this would
That'd
be
be
plus
positive,
and this would be negative.
That'd be positive. Because that negative distributes here and here. I don't know if there's parentheses around that or not. You don't. So try that, because that's not factorable the way it looks right now.
Okay.
Take roll soon.
Okay. Thank
Yeah, my
you.
little kitty campers are still at the gym.
What are you talking about?
It's the West Side Kitty Camp.
Ah.
Here. And I told my coach, I was like, I have to go, I have class. And she was like, okay, have fun.
All right, let's do this problem and then we'll do the roll. Bring it back down, please. All right.
I got it right.
So,
I
C,
So why can't something happen to me?
C over C squared plus 11C plus 30 minus 5 over C squared plus 9C plus 20. And that's going to be C over C, and that's going to be 5 and 6 plus and plus minus 5 over parentheses, C be a 4 and a 5, and that'd be a plus and a plus. So our common denominator is C plus 5, C plus 4, C plus 6. So C plus 5, C plus 6, C plus 4. Y'all like that? There we go. Why am I changing this negative to a red negative? Because it's going to make life hard on you if you don't. All right. What's in common here? Well, C plus 5 is in common. C plus 6 is in common. What's not there? So we got to multiply the top times C plus 4. C times C plus 4. What's missing here? From here. C plus 6 times 5. So now I'm going to erase, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. This. I don't understand how this thing fits. It's just arbitrarily fixed stuff. It doesn't. See what I mean? I'm trying, people. Well, anyway, there. Now you see there? It's the whole thing there. All right. So that'll give me C squared plus 4C minus what? 5C minus 30 over the common denominator, which I just put that squiggle line when I'm in a hurry. And that'll give me C squared, what? Minus C minus 30 over the common denominator. And that's going to be reverse FOIL, C, C, and then 5 and 6 be a -6 and a +5 over C plus 5 times C plus 6 times C plus 4, and what happens? The C plus 5's cancel, and you're left with C minus 6 over C plus 4. Got it?
I'll get it wrong on the test.
No, just need to work some more. Just get confident with it, because that's the key, getting confident. All right, let me call the roll, and then y'all go home and take the test.
And it's due by Monday at midnight.
Yeah, I'll probably give y'all another day.